Hi, my name is Victoria Lewis, and I'm going to be sharing my experience from this past summer. I'm a sophomore in construction engineering and management, currently pursuing a minor in global engineering. This summer, I had the opportunity to work with Hudson Valley Engineering Associates, located in Chestnut Ridge, New York. Throughout this experience, I was able to earn certifications, work on incredible projects, and learn from amazing people. In order to work on site, I had to complete certain certifications. The first one was OSHA 10. Next, I completed the APNGA certification for portable nuclear gauge safety. A nuclear gauge allows the users to determine the density and moisture of soils using two radioactive rods. I used this to determine if the ground was able to be built on. The next and most influential certification I earned was the American Concrete Institute's Field Technician Grade 1. This allowed me to test concrete in order to make sure that it complied with the specifications that had been set for that specific type of concrete. It had also given me the powers and authority to send away trucks that did not fulfill the standards. Having just finished my first year of college, this was a big assignment because if I had tested incorrectly, I would be costing the company thousands of dollars. Other certifications I earned were Metro North Safety and United States Department of Transportation Hazardous Materials Training. The largest project I was able to work on was the restoration of John F. Kennedy Airport in Queens, New York. My company designed the concrete mix for this project, so we were responsible for quality control for the concrete that was to be poured. On this project, I was able to work with compaction for the foundation and test the moisture content for the aggregate that was to be included in the concrete mix. A typical day for me on this project entailed arriving at the airport at 5 a.m., collecting the equipment from the field laboratory on site, and heading out to the runway to set up. On the runway, we would be set up aside commercial and cargo airliners ready to take off as we were working on the single busiest runway in New York City. We would then wait for the two batch plants that were located on site to start producing. We would test each truck on slump, air content, unit weight, and moisture in the concrete. Our results would be compared with the New York and New Jersey's Port Authority, who owns the airport and was responsible for quality assurance. We would then proceed to report the results to the quality control manager. We would continue this until about 3 p.m. or until about 3,000 cubic yards of concrete had been poured. Although I couldn't see the completion of the runway, it was still amazing to see the process of designing the concrete, to casting it, and to having it in use. Throughout the whole summer, I learned a lot about the industry and how I fit in. The biggest thing I learned was that I wanted to do construction. Coming into the summer, my major was industrial engineering. However, after being immersed in the field and culture, I immediately found that this was what I wanted to do. I wish I knew that you are going to mess up. It's inevitable, but it's okay because literally everyone around you will too at one point. At my job, I was supposed to label the cylinders from the day. I had mixed up the sets and mislabeled them. Luckily for me, another intern was able to catch my mistake. However, I still took it hard and learned to double-check everything. Another thing I wish I had known going into the internship was that the construction industry is fast and abrasive, and you just have to roll with the punches. I learned a lot about my leadership style as well. One of my biggest accomplishments was being trusted to lead the group of interns around the site. I oversaw teaching them the skills and techniques needed to test. Another accomplishment was being trusted by my company to represent us in front of the federal safety inspectors. The experience I was able to have last summer was unforgettable. It taught me more in those few short weeks than I could have in an entire semester. Changing my major to CEM was one of the best decisions I have made here at Purdue.